101 TKO Radio. Good morning. It's Wednesday, guys. It's your girl. I am Chelsea Speaks. We are back in the lab. I don't know about y'all, but it feels like Thursday for real. Like I woke up for some reason and I was like, yo, it feels like it's Thursday because this week has just been weakened. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to everybody that's hanging in there doing your big ones. Before I go any further, I have been talking about this whole TikTok Risa Tisa thing, this 50-part series about this man, this lady dated in Atlanta, and he took her through the ringer. Well, you know what? The power of content creation is real because I'm gonna tell you something. Throughout that whole story, she was talking about how all her dream was to go to London, Paris, and own a BMW X5 dark blue with cognac color seats. Do you know that they have now reached out to her and sis is going to Paris? And I would not be surprised if she gets endorsed by BMW. So give this girl a round of applause because your pain will push you into your purpose. And that's what Women Are Dope is all about. So big shout out to you, Risa Tisa. I would love to get you on my airwaves. Definitely let me know what's up. Outside of that, y'all know I got a couple topics to talk about this week, this weekend, some major events coming down the pipeline. But of course, we got to show some major love to Pretty because there are so many great events that are going on in and throughout. So if you haven't already, make sure you go over to prettystonefest.com, of course, and register. We have memberships, the Exposure Hub. It's like the gathering spot on steroids. Y'all already know what time it is. So with that being said, we're going to go to our first music break because I want to kind of cruise my way through this show today. So don't forget, I'm also giving away tickets to the Women Are Dope conference. So my phone lines are open 678-439-7419. Y'all stay locked in. I got to pay some bills on 101 TKO Radio. Knocking out the box. I'll be back. Let's go. 101 TKO Radio, that's Big X the plug with You know what? It's so funny the way that I find the music because I literally go home and I put my TV on YouTube and I just let it run. And then next thing you know, I walk around the house and I'm like, what's that song I'm trying to Shazam? So you know what? Shout out to all the music heads out there. When music is good, it's just good, but it's old, new, but there's nothing like finding a new song to add to your catalog. So, with that being said, don't forget if you're an up and coming artist, we want to hear your music. Feel free to submit to us. I ain't saying I'm putting it on air, but I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna let you know if you're working with someone, or you could be on the Get in Front of Johnny Cabell show. So, let's get to these national holidays. Y'all know I haven't done these in a minute, so let's see what's on the calendar. So today is February 21st. Today is National Sticky Bun Day. I ain't had no dick in a minute, so I cannot speak to that one. All right, today is also National Card Reading Day. Are you into tarot? Do you do the card reading? You know what's funny? When it comes to cards, I was raised as the only child, so I don't even play games like that. Like, I can't play spades to save my life. Now, you give me a game of Jenga, I'll eat you up for days. You know what I'm saying? But spades and blackjack, I'm not. Goldfish, Uno, the original, where they let us stack, I'll do that. So shout out to all my card lovers there. And then just shout out if you got your significant other a really thoughtful card for Valentine's Day. I think that when it comes to cards, there is never a perfect time to give or not to give. There's always a reason to give someone a card and just say, you know what? I appreciate you. So today is also National Language Day. You know what? I think I might just learn a new language. I got Ebonics down, you know what I'm saying? I got our language down. So, I think it kind of come in handy, especially because you guys know I'm stepping into the insurance field. I'm working with State Farm. So learning a new language is always good, you know what I'm saying? Because as a matter of fact, I don't know if you've noticed, but on TikTok, they're starting to add more Hispanics on the platform that are speaking Spanish in between the actual English content. So by law, I'm learning how to, I'm going to know a little bit of Espanol, Nelly, in a minute. Let's see. We also have National, what we got. I don't know what this one is. We're going to roll with the International Mother Language Day. It says, appreciate the beauty and importance of different languages and cultures on this day. I mean, it's kind of the same thing as Language Day. So with that being said, those are your national holidays for today, Wednesday the 21st. Let me see if we got some celebrity birthdays. I'm not really seeing too many like that. What season is this? Are we in Capricorn season? What season is this? Pisces? Dang, I'm sorry, y'all. I just kind of screwed that up. Let me see what kind of famous Pisces I got. In the meantime, I want to talk about an issue at hand. I know y'all tired of talking about it, but Krishan Rock. The reason why I want to talk about this real quick is because as a part of Women Are Dope, it just really breaks my heart to see what goes on with this young girl. So I don't know if you peep game, but there was a live that she did recently, and the police were saying, her banging on her door. She's at Blueface's house because he's locked up in jail. But throughout this time, she's on live talking about different stuff and saying that her tattoo on her face is real. The baby is in the background crying. Now, if you know anything about infants and babies crying, there is a syndrome called cru de chat, which is also known as the fetal alcohol syndrome. Now, I don't know if you guys watched her throughout this pregnancy, but Shorty was outside with Zeus Network during her pregnancy, and so many people were making comments about that baby's going to be affected. When I see this child, and I love children, I'm praying, I definitely think that it can be reported that this child has cru de chat because of his cry. There's a large space in between the eyes. The features are underdeveloped, and the baby's like, I want to say 4 months now, and the baby's still the size of an infant. So I say all those things to say, when we're looking at these celebrities, I think it's important for us to remember that they are people too. They have issues. Money doesn't change you. It just makes you more of the person that you are. And so with that being said, take, for example, Charles and Miss Netta on TikTok. When are we going to get to the day we stop making people who don't deserve to be famous? When are we actually going to start looking at the real time? Like, I mean, let's be honest. P. Diddy is coming down. They talking about Beyonce might be divorcing Jay-Z. It's so many things that are coming out that are just exposing people left and right. So when we're looking at the Krishan Rocks, we're looking at the Lil Nas, and we're looking at the P. Diddy's. 2024, I don't know if y'all realize, but you are being exposed if you own some BS this year. But along with that exposing, are we really doing anything to heal the situation? Like, when is somebody going to step in and try to talk to Krishan about this baby? And if they can't, look, we got to get the law involved, because if something happens to that child, we'll be the first one, black people. I knew. But yo, you got to go call help. You know what I'm saying? We are so notorious for like, it ain't my business. But that's like the first step to trauma. Like, when does it become your business? Like you gotta stand for something or fall for nothing. So with that being said, that's my rant as far as Krishan Rock goes. I'm definitely praying for her. There's a lot of trauma in that family. I shared on a few stories a few shows ago. She was actually abused by her father. He would line them up and then whoop them down the line and ask them questions, and they would be so afraid to answer they wouldn't even answer. Trauma is real. It gets passed down, but we gotta stop selling it to ourselves. Like for real, for real. Like, is it entertaining? I'm gonna keep it real. When I'm up at 4 o'clock in the morning, I'm scrolling TikTok. I'm gonna be a little ratchet. Let's be real. But then when I sit back and I think about the energy, for example, everybody's talking about the bad boys, but the bad girls reunion East. I don't know if you saw that, but the first 40 minutes, they all fighting. And when you're talking about energy and just growing and things like that, and being a dope woman, you gotta be careful what you put in your spirit. Like I'm even to the point I don't even hug people. Like I'm just so traumatized, but still so protective at the same time. You ever been so traumatized but protected about yourself at the same time? That's how we gotta be. But in doing that, don't be so self-aware that you forget to tell other people, hey, look, you might want to watch that. You might want to be careful there. So that's my little rant right there and there. You know, I don't want to go too far into it. When we come back next, we got to talk about what's going on with girl Taylor Swift, what Travis Kelce is really doing, and is this really a publicity stunt? Because y'all know it's the entertainment industry. Even the Super Bowl, we talked about this on Monday. It's rigged in its own way. You know what I'm saying? It's all about promotion. So with that being said, I want to know what your thoughts are on this whole Krishan Rock thing. Is there anything that we can do to make that situation better? I may even bring in my girl Naya, come talk about the situation. You know, she has an up and coming show going on. So when we come back, we might have some feedback from a special guest about what can we do to change the narrative energetically. So with that being said, y'all stay locked in right here on 101 TKO Radio, knocking at the box. I'll be back in a minute. Yo, there's a Second 101 TK Radio. We are back in the building. It's Wednesday. Y'all know what time it is. A little pressure. 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 Why is it that when rappers rap at the end of the song, you just hear all kind of ad libs? They be singing, humming. If I wait on somebody to have a harmonica, I just know it's coming. I won't be mad at either. But listen, we back in the building. It's your girl, I am Chelsea Fix. I have a very special guest in the building. Our intern and soon to be radio host, Naya. How you doing?
I'm feeling great, abundant, and blessed.
Don't be shy now. Like go ahead, leave anything.
Yes, Miss Naya Nicole here to spark your soul.
How
you feeling?
I'm good. I'm having a good week. The weather's nice. I don't know if it's hot or cold. I'm going outside with sweatshirt and flip flops.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I have a flu sometime soon. But anyway, listen, I'm gonna play a little game with you like I do all my guests.
Okay.
You ready?
Yes.
All right. So this has to go. I'm gonna ask you 3 questions, and you have to answer the questions as quickly as you can. I don't care what the answer is.
Okay.
You ready?
Yes.
First question: who is your all-time celebrity crush?
Oh, all-time celebrity crush. Rihanna.
Okay. All right. That's a bad woman.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Second question: if you could have chosen any other career other than what you do now, what would it be and why?
A lawyer, because I just like to talk.
Argue with she been thinking about that. Do you watch like all the lawyer shows and stuff too?
Actually, no.
Really?
It's a bit boring to me, yeah.
But if you could, you would go back and be a lawyer.
Yeah, I would be a lawyer.
Okay.
And shout out to my best friend. She graduated last year.
Give her a round of applause.
She's an attorney Mills.
Okay. All right, you ready for the third question?
Yes.
Now listen to the question when I ask you. Okay. Nelly, what's your favorite position?
On top. But she didn't want to ask that. Because you asked it somebody else. Your favorite position, my favorite position in life is wherever God want me.
Yo, it was so funny. We had somebody, she was like on my knees for the Lord. I was like, I'm going to take the prepositional phrase of that first part, and I'm going to leave that last part because I know what you really mean. So give Naya a round of applause for playing the game with us. I love doing that because, like I always say, that just shows the human side of people. Mm-hmm. And there's nothing better than being on a radio platform and you get that person and they like all uptight and you gotta let them know, nah, chill out. Like we finna have fun. So listen, you have a lot of things coming up, but before we get into that, I want to ask you about our conversation we had really quickly. What do you think about Chrisean Rock and her baby possibly having this fetal alcohol syndrome? Like, is there anything you think that we can do social media wise to like help? Would it be help? What do you think?
Unfortunately, no. I thought she was moving in the right track, getting away from the toxic scenarios, but she came back with a new tattoo inside of her face. So unfortunately, no, you cannot necessarily help somebody who does not want to be helped. Mm-hmm. But what you can do is stop supporting, stop watching it, stop entertaining, commenting, just stop giving it energy overall. Mm-hmm. But the person has to want to have help themselves. So I don't know Chrisean personally, but I'm praying that she does have some people around in her corner that can guide her to a positive path because she needs to be there for her best self for her child. Mm-hmm. It's no longer about her; it's about her child now.
That's the thing. Like it's not even about you no more; it's about your child. Yeah. And do you think that the fame kind of fuels this kind of behavior? Like, because look at P. Diddy. Like, there is something about fame that fuels a dark side of people that just like if you're not already there, like, why do you think that is?
Because people like clout. People don't have the support, and then also people look for validation outside of themselves. So that's the main thing, looking for validation outside of yourself. So whether it's a negative or a positive comment, people are sucking that in, and that fuels them to continue doing whatever it is that they are doing. So the first step in order for you to have the fame is to just have that self value and just God, be really in tune with yourself and God. You can't, you'll lose it. You'll lose track of just who you are overall because you're going to be doing it for the clout. Yeah. Clout is a drug.
It is for real. So what is Naya's soul care? I call it soul care because it's self. And so what does your soul care look like? What keeps you being a dope woman that you are, being the creative person that you are? What does your process look like?
Yeah, so there's seasons when I'm in a little funk and when because I do want to be real with y'all. So when I'm in those type of seasons when I'm in funk, it is just sitting back and like, okay, God, you just want me to listen. You just want me to just be still for a moment. So sometimes just sitting still helps. Meditation definitely helps. A bath, taking a bath, taking a walk. And sometimes I just get in my creative field. Like sometimes I'm a person who likes to put their eggs in mini baskets. So I realized, you know what, damn, I got to collect my eggs back, my energy back, pull back my energy. So whatever it is that you love to do that so that you can pull back who you are and just gain just gain your energy back. So do whatever makes you happy. I like listening to music sometimes. I'm 420 friendly, so I'll roll up
and 29.
So I'll roll up, sit back, and just listen to myself too, because I just like to hear myself talk. And also too, if you have access to, even use your phones, but if you have access to a studio, I recommend going in there and speaking of mantras over yourself and just whatever it is that you want to accomplish in life, or whatever it is that you need, just to hear yourself say it. Have your own guided meditation. So use your phone or go to a studio and just record just a mantra for yourself to help you get out of whatever it is that you need to.
There might be a service we need to offer people, like come in and record your mantra, because therapy, being on air is really therapeutic. And one of the things I love that you said, listening. Like radio is not about talking, it's really about listening. What do the people have to say? What is your soul saying? So I love that you thread listening into the DNA of your soul care, because it's so important to do that. Yeah. So what you got coming down this year? You got some big things popping. Talk to us about what Nia Nicole has going on.
Yes. So I am interviewing people still with my show, Miss Nia Nicole Show, that's online. I'm also writing for a couple of blogs. So that's Genius Blogs, 101 TKO blog, Day Summit. I'm also writing for them, and I'm also going to be performing at Day Summit's festival this upcoming Friday and Saturday. So pop out, y'all. Come pop out.
It ain't gonna be no titties out of it. Let me tell you what I keep saying tonight. So I'm scrolling Instagram one day, and I'll be going through our personality stories and stuff. Let me just paint y'all a picture of what I saw. It was a lady sitting in a chair with no bra on. There was a lady sitting next to her with no bra on. The lady next to her took her breast and slapped her in the face. I was like, what is happening?
Now, I haven't attended.
Tell us about that, Nia.
I have not attended yet, but I do want to attend. Yes, that's out here in Atlanta. It's the vibrational. It's something vibrational ATL, and they have like different events. And that one particular event is a TKO knockout.
Not TKO.
A titty knockout event. So they were basically having women up there fighting with their titties, like tatas. And I just find things interesting, like just different. I don't like to do the same old going to the club or lounge or whatever it is. I do like to experience like new things, just to say I've been there and that I did it. But yeah, I wouldn't be up there with my titties.
So let me ask you a question. So we're at a new show. It's called Bedrooms of Life, and she's a sex coach, does all that stuff. One of the experiences she talked about was she was a human buffet. She let 150 people eat off her.
Wow.
Would you ever do that? You better not.
Would I let? I don't think I would let.
You is not smoking with me no more. I don't know where your little mouth is.
I would not let 150 people eat off me, 50? But I let that special one. So hit me up.
Okay then. Listen, we locked and loaded. We having a great conversation. Y'all know what time it is. It's Wednesday, Women Crush Wednesdays. I got Nia Nicole in the building. When we come back, we're going to dive into a few more topics. I might have done today in the building. You never know what you're going to get when you get on 101 TKO Radio. So y'all stay locked in. We out here. Thank you, Nia.
Thank you.
101 TKO Radio, we are back in the building. That was Lucky Day featuring Earth, Wind, Fire. You can't hide love. I don't know about y'all, but I know who can't hide love. I know who can't hide love, okay? Okay, you guys put your hands together. I got Day and Dawn in the building.
Yes.
Hey, y'all.
Yes.
How y'all doing?
We're doing good. We're doing good.
Thriving.
We don't try to hide our love. We've learned a lot through love, so might as well put it on full display, right?
Listen, I love it because I don't know if you guys saw, but Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade might be divorcing.
Yes.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Beyonce and Jay-Z.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this is what I want to touch on real quick.
Yeah.
When it comes to being a couple and being successful in business, how do you manage?
Mm.
And I know it's a multi-dimensional question,
It is.
but if you had to just say general scope on the kind of basic touch points of the relationship, what are some things you guys do to stay on target?
Yeah.
I mean, you got to stay sharp. You know, you got to balance the yin with the yang. You cannot ignore the darkness. You got to do that shadow work, and that's a fact. And when we talk about that D word, divorce, I know it's some other ones.
Yeah.
But the fact,
You know, I was thinking, I was like, wait, what? They're selling that now?
Real deal. But I mean, both of our parents experienced divorce.
Wow.
You know, I let Michaela speak to her experience, but you know, just me having two parents that met at Howard and you know did an amazing job being a team, but some things just stopped clicking at a certain point. So me coming into high school and experiencing that, but also keeping my head up, it's important to acknowledge the pain. I really at that time was like, oh, I'm blessed. I can't even allow that to stress me out. But you need to acknowledge the shadow work.
Come on
and
now.
understand how it comes full circle.
And that's how I think a lot of relationships come to an end because we got this job, we got kids, we got all these distractions. So you focus on the good because the good makes you feel good.
Yeah.
But when you're not feeling good, you're not able to do that necessary work to push through. And I think a lot of times when we're in a relationship, it's easy to focus on, well, I'm not getting what I need. I'm not getting this. I'm not getting that. Your partner probably feels very similar. So once we allow the ego to fall, a lot of other things become clear and they're revealed. It's a lot easier said than done. I mean, we're approaching 5 years. We've known each other for 6, but we still have our things that come up, that we're still working through. I talked to my dad who got remarried and he's 50 plus. And he's going through a lot of the same things we go through, right? So it's a lot of the same universal stuff. And I'm going to speak to all my women. We got to learn how to respect our men. We chose them. You're going to be in a relationship and then complain about it. If you're going to complain all the time, then don't be in a relationship with them. And recognize that probably the reason you might be complaining is something that is deeper than just it's all his fault. And I've been learning that a lot in my relationship. I was just talking to my mom today. She was like, dang, you're talking smart. She was like, if I had known that, maybe your dad and I wouldn't have gotten divorced.
Wow.
It really goes that deep when it comes down to being able to humble yourself.
Wow. It's so interesting because I feel like the generation before us, they were told or taught, just sit down, take it, be with somebody. But millennials, we are facing our dark chapters. We are facing issues. We are talking about things. Like, we're not staying silent about, okay, we might need some therapy or things like that.
Yes.
So on a normal day, just describe to me, walk me through a normal day in the life of Dawn and Day.
With Dawn and Day.
A normal day.
A normal day.
What is that?
No, for real though.
Yeah, I mean, I think we've normalized being able to embrace every day as open canvas. Right now, it's a blessing because a normal day is starting to look like, all right, we're coming to Privy. We're going out to, again, shadow or intern with Chubb Rock and learn more about this space of, being spokespeople for ourselves, for our people, and for the people. Yeah, absolutely. So just creating valuetainment, again, whether it be on 101 TKO Radio.
Hey,
shout out.
Yes, Lord, get that app. You know what I'm saying? Yes, Lord. You know what I'm saying? Into the zone. But all you know what I'm saying? Ultimately, we are in a position where we want to develop that flow. We want to again make sure we are just having our work be a space of therapy. Actual therapy. We'll be actually meeting with a couple of therapists for the first time.
Nice. You know what? Let me just pause right there. Like, I feel like, now I know I'm outside looking in, but I feel like you guys are in a great space. We usually see couples not go to therapy until they're in a bad space. What was it that made you want to go now? Like, because I think that if we did more preventative care with relationships, we could probably stop a lot of the situations that happen. So what made you decide to go now, even though you guys may be in a good place? Y'all can get married or something because it's required by law.
That is it required by law?
Well, it's a discount on your marriage license.
Oh,
yeah.
That's good
Y'all
to
didn't know
know.
that?
No, I did not.
Yeah, I knew that. I almost got it. I said, y'all keep that discount. I don't even want to marry. None of that.
We know the path we're on. And one day, we're gonna get to that point. But we want to get some things together. Just like you're talking about the preventive. And all my couples out there, people that have been in relationships, you can make a lot of things look good.
Hello.
I'm not saying we're not in a good space. I think we're perpetually in a good space. But when those moments get hard, we realize that we've hit a certain wall, right? You need to have someone that can professionally help you mediate some things, especially because we are working with our families, we're working together, we live together, so a lot of things start to pile up.
Y'all ever get on each other's nerves? I'm just
I mean,
I just can't even see it. Like I'm like, does he like poop loud and you like, nigga, like
yes.
Oh, yeah. No, we bring out each other's dragons more than anything else.
Yeah.
But you have to channel it.
We've seen sides of each other that I don't think anybody else has ever seen.
That's dope.
The full depth, the full range, which is a beautiful thing.
Yeah,
right? The good, the bad, the ugly.
Because y'all create music too, so like, are any of your songs inspired by? Yeah, they inspire like hell. Like, is there one that's like one of your songs that's like that speaks to maybe some challenges your relationship had to go through?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I mean, I think
Amir's really good about that. Yeah, go ahead, babe.
Our first one, it touches both sides of the coin. We call it Valentine's Days, and we just celebrated Valentine's Day. But at that time, I was about to give up on love.
Wow.
Because I was about to say, all right, now I'm not trying to be out here on my play. I'm trying to, again, I got criticized as a serial monogamist by some of my boys.
Oh wow.
I'm saying,
because you be locked in.
I'll be locked in.
Okay.
I find something I like, and what I'm saying, I usually want to secure.
And I was on the other end of the spectrum.
Yeah.
Really? So you didn't want like nothing serious?
No, for a while. Because I just assumed I wouldn't be able to do it. I'm like, oh,
wow.
I'm in college, So when we met, but I was a hopeless romantic. So I just entered relationships the wrong way. I was approaching them the wrong way, kept getting heartbroken. And I was like, why do I keep getting heartbroken? Because I just wasn't approaching the right way.
So, okay, I know that we were talking about something. Do you think there was a catalyst in each one of you guys' lives that was like, you sent a sign out to the universe? Like, was there an intimate prayer you may have prayed and was like, I'm either, that prayer was, I'm just not going to try no more, or what? Because so many times us single people in Atlanta, we be at our wits' end, like, I'm just stop looking. What was it that you can remember you may have said that may have triggered you guys finally leaving? Were you like looking for it, or what happened?
Yeah. So it was, those heartbreak after heartbreaks. I think it came down to commitment that I was desiring, but I didn't know how to even be committed, right? So I feel like I was going through my own soul search, and I'm not going to speak for him, but I feel like in some ways we were that catalyst because we had both reached that certain point where I was like, all right. I was like, just to keep it completely real with y'all, I was like, if I can't find a man that I actually love, I'm just going to be with the old white man who's going to take care of me, and I'm going to do whatever the frick I want to do.
That's women literally do say that.
That's literally where my mindset was.
Damn, boy, it's calling my card. Ain't it National Card Day? Didn't I say what's her card day? Damn. Okay, so that was your mentality.
That was my mentality. And when I met Amir, I was like, wow, is it actually possible? Could I actually really be in a relationship? And we had a whole year where we were getting some things together. I had to clean up some things in our relationship. And I met an older white man.
You did for real?
I really did. And that was when I was like, yeah, this isn't it. So not that Amir was the last resort, but I feel like I had to turn over every stone. I'm like, is he here? I'm here. And he's just standing right there. He's like over here waiting for me, like she gonna get it together eventually. And that's really where the perseverance, I have to give him his props, that has got us to this point, is because that first year where I was just in college, not ready for something serious, but I was saying I was, he was so patient with me. I love you for that, boo-boo.
Listen, you know what? I'm excited about you guys' show all over again because I think that more women and men need to hear the individual stories that bring you together. Like after hearing you went through that and you went through that, like I feel you so much more at a woman level because I be thinking those thoughts like, yo, I'm just gonna, I'd have been with the white man, I'd have been, and you feel like it's just you by yourself, especially when you're single. You be like, dang, I'm the only one. But the truth is, there's somebody out there that's at their wits' end the same way you are. But when you saw the thing, you kept working through it.
That's right. There's billions of people in this world. There's somebody.
Look, just don't let mine be missing an eye. I'm learning to be specific with the universe. Please let it be 6'1". So listen, you guys have a show coming up. What can we expect from you guys?
Yeah.
It is called Moonwalking with Dawn and Days.
Yeah.
Again, on 101 TKO Radio. So when it comes down to knocking folks out, we came here to come correct.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day,
we have to bark right here.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Tank, shout out to Floyd, shout out to my uncle Moose, who's an MMA fighter professional. His coach is Rashad Evans. Fact of the matter is, we're in a zone right now where we want to let the world know who we are, and we're prepared. So taking all artists and entrepreneurs on this journey of finding what it means to be an artistpreneur, again, combining the creative, but also getting that capital. Because we're at that point where that bag is necessary. Absolutely.
And so, they got baby shower. I'm trying to be in a wedding. I'm trying to get the bouquet, okay?
We will send out the invites.
If you don't, I'll be there at the front door, like, for real, that's what we're doing. I have a moonwalk my way down the aisle. Move. Listen, we're going to go to a music break. Thank you, Dawn and Days, for coming in. We are excited for your show. Shout out again to my girl, Nia and Nicole. We come back, I'll give you that weather and let you know what's coming up for the weekend, and we're going to get out your way. Y'all stay locked in. 101 TK Radio. And don't forget, my tickets are still going up. Hop in my DMs or 678-439-7419. Make it happen. Let's do it.
Awesome.
Show today. We just had Dawn and Days. Before that, Miss Nia Nicole. Look, the energy is real over here. Like we are that next radio station. Like we are the biggest. Like I'm telling you. Myself and Nelson had the pleasure of sitting down with some amazing people this week, and the way they poured into me. This is my little motivational moment. When you're building a business and you're building a brand and you're given a vision in your life, you cannot apologize for letting people go. You can't apologize for making the best decisions for you. Because if you talk to some of the greats who have really been successful in this business, one common thing they're going to tell you is everybody can't go. It's not personal, but then again, it kind of is personal. You know, we love to say as Black people, business isn't personal, but it kind of is, because who you are as a person is who you are in a business. And so when you're deciding who can stay and who can go, do not ignore your feelings. Don't ignore your discernment, your intuition. Don't second guess it. It's better to ask for forgiveness than permission. I'd rather burn a bridge and see it light the way than be burned on that bridge. So my encouragement to you guys is to make that decision. I don't know who needs to hear this, but whatever it is in your life that you're thinking of doing away with, cutting out, because you see your higher self on the other side of that, go ahead and do it. I'm doing it right now. Go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it. I'm gonna do it with you. I'm gonna do it with you. I'm cutting some things off. You're not by yourself. We're gonna be together. 2024, we still first quarter. We cutting off anything that is not advancing our highest purpose. Period. So with that being said, let me leave you with the weather for the week. Y'all know temperatures fluctuate through Georgia. You can get 4 seasons in 1 week. Today we have a high of 65, low of 41 tonight. Thursday, high of 67, low of 41. And Friday, high of 64 and low of 41. This weekend, we got some rain coming in Saturday and Sunday. But, I'm still a little confused on that, because they said when you see 40% chance, that don't mean 40% chance of rain. That means 40% of the area that you're in. I just learned that. So people been saying, it's a 40%. No, it's 40% of the area is going to be hit by rain, not 40% chance of rain. Don't worry, y'all. I just found out too. So with that being said, we have some events going on this weekend. Don't forget, we'll be at Privy. We have Joe Salter coming in to speak on the gaming industry and music networking, building your brand. We also have tomorrow night, we'll be at ESCO out on the South Side for the More Than Music Showcase with the Lax Network filming. And of course, Women Are Dope is coming. You guys know how I do it every time. This is my 3rd year, and my theme is the vision won't wait. So that's what the motivational moment was. Do it now. Stop waiting. You really don't find out what you want till you start moving. Most people, they don't know what they want because they're not doing nothing. When you do something that you don't want, you find out what you do want. So with that being said, we getting off your airwaves. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Make sure you lock and load to every show on 101 TK Radio. Download that app now on your Android and Apple stores. And as you go on throughout your day, remember, you are loved, you are solid, and you dope, okay? So it's your girl, I am Chelsea Speaks, 101 TK Radio, knocking on the box. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Woo. Yeah.